Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti NABILAH and my student ID is 2025429268. First and foremost, I would like to emphasize our objective of this presentation. We would like to know the background of the business. Next, we want to determine the business characteristics. Also, we want to describe the classification of business items. Not only that, but we want to identify business recording process. Last but not least, we ought to find the strengths and weaknesses through the recording process.
This slide shows the business background of the selected business. The name of the business is Gerai number 4. Gerai number 4 operates as a sole proprietorship, which means the business is owned and managed by one person. The business is owned by Firdaus Taufik bin Fakaruddin. The business is located at Cafe Dahlia UiTM Puncak Alam and mainly serve students and staff. The capital of the business is fully contributed by the owner, without any partnership or external financing. The main business activity of Gerai number 4 is food and beverage, providing daily meals and drinks to customers. This slide explains the business characteristic of Gerai number 4, which operates as a sole proprietorship. Firstly, ownership. The business is owned by one person only. Secondly, management and control. The management is flexible and all the business decisions are made by the owner. Thirdly, liability. The owner has unlimited liability, which means the owner is personally responsible for all business debt. Fourth, capital. The business has limited capital, approximately between RM50,000 to RM16,000, contributed by the owner. Lastly, profit distribution. All profits belong to the owner, and the owner also bears any losses incurred by the business.
Hi, my name is Siti MASHITAH NIZAM. My student number is 2025240116. In this part, I will cover about classification of business items. There are 5 components in this part, which is the first one is asset, second is capital, third is liabilities, the fourth is revenue, and the last one is expenses. First of all, asset is properties that owned by a business, which bring a future economic benefits and also helps business to operate smoothly and generate income in the long run. Asset also divide into 2 types, which is a current asset and also non-current assets. For current asset, we have cash and also inventory, and for non-current asset, we have kitchen equipment and also furniture and fittings. Gerai 4 using a business assets like kitchen equipment, cash, furniture and fittings, and also inventory to run their business and gain more revenues. To sum up, assets are the key part of the business that help business to run smoothly and also to help business to achieve their target sale. The next one is capital. In a business prospect, capital known as an equity that useful for a business development. Capital can be in the form of cash, machinery, account receivable, and also property. The owner Gerai 4 has contributed their capital in amount 50 to 60,000. The owner also bring in kitchen equipment and furniture and fittings to run the business smoothly and gain revenues. In conclusion, capital represents the owner contribution in the business, and at the same time, it shows how much the owner has invested in the business. After that is liabilities. Liabilities represent the obligation or debts that the business must pay in the future. In the short term, it can define as what you own from another party. There are two types of liabilities, which is the first one is current liabilities and the second one is non-current liabilities. For current liabilities, we have short-term loans and also account payable, and for non-current liabilities, we have mortgage loans. For example, Gerai Empat produced a new kitchen equipment to make it easier to serve a variety of menu to the customers, so that Gerai Empat will be in a debt in the short term to buy all the equipments. To sum up, liabilities represent the financial obligation of a business. Next is revenue. Revenue is the most important element of business because it represents the income earned from a normal business activity. Without revenue, a business cannot sustain their operations. In the short terms, revenue can be defined as a money that generated from a business operation. Gerai Empat earns sales revenue because the business sells a variety of foods and drinks. It can see that the main source of income in this business are trading business. We can see that there's a lot of importance of revenue, such as it can cover business expenses, generate profits, and also support business growth. In conclusion, revenue represents the income earned from the business activity. Lastly is expenses. Expenses can determine the cost incurred by a business to operate and generate revenue. There are types of expenses that be used in Gerai Empat, which is operating expenses and also administrative expenses. In operating expenses, we can see utilities and bills, employee salaries, and also raw material expenses. But in administrative expenses, we can see rent expenses. All the expenses are recorded in the income statement and they are deducted from revenue to calculate either profit or loss. In conclusion, expenses represent the cost of the running business.
Hi, my name is AINA SYARAFANA binti SHAHRIL. My student ID is 2025425414. As you guys see here, I would like to present about recording process for Gerai number 4. For Gerai number 4, their business process are through the physical shop only. Gerai number 4 prepare all the food fresh from the kitchen on the same day for selling to their customer. For example, Gerai number 4 prepare a drink before opening their store. For financial transaction, Gerai number 4 using manual recording, which are everyday transaction. Every expenses and everyday sales will record manually in their book. They use bookkeeping process, which recording, organizing, and maintaining a business day-to-day financial transaction. The main task in bookkeeping is recording transaction. Gerai number 4 will record all sales, expenses, receipt, and payment. Next, Gerai number 4 will managing account payable and receivable, such as invoices from supplier. Lastly, cash flow. Cash flow is the movement of money into and out of their store. The cash flow will record it manually. Secondly, we will move to the recording process in manual accounting system. The first step is source document. Gerai number 4 transaction will begin the source document. All the document will collect and use for recording. For example, receipt, check, bill, and many more. This document provide evidence of all the Gerai number 4 transaction. Second step is journal. All the Gerai number 4 transaction recorded daily in the journal. Gerai number 4 will record their sales, expenses, and rent. In this journal, Gerai number 4 will show the date, account that involved, and debit credit amount. Gerai number 4 will record chronologically. For purchases, Gerai number 4 will purchase all the raw material weekly. Gerai number 4 pays employee salary daily for part-timer and monthly for full-timer. But for the rent, Gerai number 4 pays rent for annually. Third step is
Ledger T account. Grant number 4 will present T account format after journal account has been recorded. In this ledger, grant number 4 will classify the common accounts such as cash, bank, sales, expenses, and purchases. All the information at journal will use in the ledger. Step 4 is trial balance. Grant number 4 will prepare the trial balance at the end of the month. They will list all the ledger to check whether the account debit and credit is accurate or not. If yes, all the recording will proceed to the financial statement. And the last step is financial statement. Grant number 4 will prepare financial statement using their trial balance figures. This will show grant number 4's performance and financial position. To conclude, the manual accounting process follows a systematic process. This step very useful for small business like gerai nombor 4. Moving to the last part, what is the transaction method that gerai nombor 4 use? Gerai nombor 4 use two kinds of transaction method, which are cash payment and online bank transfer or QR. Gerai nombor 4 manage two transactions manually and online. For manually, gerai nombor 4 accept cash and record it on their logbook. For online, gerai nombor 4 accept online bank transfer and QR for payment. Okay. To sum up, the recording process ensures that transactions are recorded systematically and accurately, leading to reliable financial statement and correct profit determination. I will pass to the next presenter, Siti FATIN NABILAH.
For my point, I'll be explaining about strengths and weaknesses through the recording process. Based on what I have analyzed, I believe one of their strengths is lack of reliance on technology. Despite of normalizing using technology such as Word or Excel, they prefer to use handwriting reports because it is more convenient and since it reduces costs such as software or hardware expenses. By that, they can save up costs and increase teamwork performance. Second, the strength gerai number 4 have is strategic business location. I strongly believe they can increase their business presence and better customer access because it is located around the colleges. Most of students will come from time to time to buy their food and beverage provided. Third, strong connection between family members. Having a strong connection between family members is a high advantage in business because of loyalty, as the business are passed through their heritage from one to another generation. They also do not have to find a full-time worker and open up a part-time job opportunity to the students. Next, the weakness gerai number 4 have their business is high competitiveness. In the cafeteria, there's a lot of business including them. Because of that, they have rivalries, which they have to against each other in food and beverage quality and prices. If they do not maintain the quality of their food and beverage or suddenly raise the prices, they might lose their customers. Another weakness they have is time consuming. As we know, the business financial transactions are manually reported. It is a careful procedure as they have to refer to various financial accounts, such as bank statements and cash payments. It needs to be compared accurately and match the recorded transaction in order to prevent any errors. Lastly, risk of inaccurate information. If the owner of the company do not do a precise or last time check on and balance of financial information, there will be a higher risk of error in accounting process. Mistake in data entry and calculation might result in operational disruption, consuming a significant amount of time to track down or poor decision making.
In conclusion, a sole partnership business is easy to set up and manage, giving the owner full control and also profits. However, it also comes with risks such as unlimited liability and limited capital. Despite this, it is a good choice for small business with a simple operation.